So I remember being in high school, I was on the soccer team, and I played forward, which is up in the front, you're making most of the goals. And I remember being totally captivated with fear. I was so scared that I was going to join this team and I was going to go kick that ball, and that ball wasn't going to be anywhere near the goal, or it was going to be going at such a slow pace that the goalie just has to be like, yeah. And so I wasn't really excited when I heard that I was forward, because I was just so nervous that I was going to screw this up. And I ended up doing about a year and a half of soccer before I got involved with a boy and could care less about anything else. And during that time, I never ever scored a goal. Not one time. And the crazy thing is I wasn't able to score a goal because I never tried. Ever. I can't think of one instance where I actually kicked the ball towards the goal with the intent of scoring. I assisted a lot. I passed the ball a lot. I could get the ball from one side of the field to the other with my long legs, but I never actually attempted to score. And my biggest fear was that I wasn't going to score and everybody was going to look at me like I was crazy. And what ended up happening was I never scored. I missed out on that. My biggest fear came true because I wasn't willing to even try. I wasn't even willing to see, because I was so paralyzed by the fear that it wasn't going to work. And yesterday I experienced something different, but similar. When I was going out for my run, I really wanted to run in the rain, and and there's two locations that I typically run in, and one was covered in clouds and the other was covered in bright sun. And it was very clear to me that if I wanted to avoid the rain, I would go to the sunny park, and if I wanted to experience the rain, I would just tough it out at the soaking wet park. And I actually went to that park with the intention of running in that water. I sat in the parking lot, captivated by fear, and was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna get wet, and my phone's gonna get wet, and my headphones are gonna get wet, and I'm gonna have to sit in my car, and I don't want to mess up my car, and all of these excuses and validations flooded my mind so that I would feel comfortable with my decision of walking away from what I had set out to do. And our brains do that often. So I ended up going to the other park, and it was a great run. It was a good exercise, but at the same time, I really missed out on that experience that I had thought about, the running in the rain and just feeling so empowered and inspired. So I'm running at this other park, and I'm really thinking about this, and I'm thinking about, how I used to play soccer and how I let this stuff control me. And I start to commit to myself that from this point forward, if I'm scared to do something and it aligns with who I want to be, then I'm just going to do it, and who cares? The fear will eventually go away. I can't receive the reward that I want unless I'm willing to face that fear. And as I'm finishing up my run, there is a family off to the left, and there's a big puddle in front of the family, and the dad takes one big step over the puddle, and the mom takes a big step, and you can tell she struggles a little bit more to clear the puddle. And then there's a big sister who's like 6 years old, and she runs and she jumps and flies over this puddle. And then behind all of them is a boy maybe about 4 years old, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at his family, and he watches his sister do it, and you could tell he gets all excited, and he stands up straighter, and then he goes to do it, and then he takes a step back like he was scared, like he thought, I can't possibly clear that puddle, right? And as I'm running up to the family, I'm watching this. So as soon as I run past him, I say, you can do it. And all of a sudden he takes one big giant leap, and he jumps over the puddle, and then he looks at me and he gives me the cutest grin in the world. And honestly, I don't know if he would have jumped over the puddle had I been there or not, but that's besides the point. I felt good in that moment, and it reminded me that when I have these experiences, it's good to share them. It's good to share with other people and to help show others that it is possible, whatever it is, whether it's jumping over a puddle or running in the rain or scoring a goal. It doesn't matter what the dream is, but you have to be willing to act in order to get it.